Welcome back to Glabber. So it appears that these factories are now waiting for seeds. And these nutrients will now spoil in a moment, and then you will see a lot of spoilage. Oops. Yes, some spoilage will go the right way, but I didn't configure these output inserters correctly. So I need to make sure that they are blacklist for spoilage. So no spoilage goes in these chests. And there they will also spoil in 20 seconds. So I can just fetch the spoilage, or rather everything. Hi Morp. Not sure what to research next. Might also do some more plastic productivity. Might also look at my spaceships. So how far is this flying? Already 300,000 kilometers. I wonder if the health of the huge asteroids gets bigger. Not sure if that's scaling with the distance that I'm flying. I guess the Promethium asteroids might actually be healthier than the other ones. And the frame rate is really low when I look at that many asteroids. And there all the Promethium chunks get deposited. It takes them a while to get through. I wonder if any biters have been killed recently. No biter kills here in the last 10 hours. Or did I miss something? Yeah, maybe not. Just over 13 hours ago. And somewhere at the start when I used this ship, I also lost some asteroid collectors and combinators. Let's look at Mewtwo. I hope Mewtwo is doing well. Oh, there's some damage. You can see. I hope this ship is not flying too fast or able to defend itself properly. But sometimes damage happens and it's getting repaired. So that's not too bad. Any other damage? I think this is just a blueprint that I placed there myself. It's not a danger sign. I hope. No kills in the last hour. I mean, on my side, no losses. So I basically doubled my potential Promethium science by having this ship a copy of the other one. the rockets are full. Have to check whether I'm getting enough of this ammo. Probably. I mean, I might not even need this, since most of the asteroids are dealt with by rockets. But currently there's also not much more space for turrets to be placed. And now this railgun turret is repaired. Only one building can be repaired at one point in time. That's a bit sad. I wish if I had more repair packs it would just repair more stuff. Or maybe it would be nice to have some kind of building that helps with the repairs. But I'm producing the repair packs myself on the ship. They're just coming in here. And I basically have some places where I take the Promethium asteroid chunks off the asteroid belt. Asteroid belt is also a nice word, I guess, in that sense. There's a belt for my asteroid chunks, and that's my asteroid belt. At some point it might be useful to have long-handed inserters on the space platform in certain locations. For instance, right here I have improvised and built a little belt in between and two inserters to get the rockets here. This ship is already flying back. It had more than this number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope that's enough. I mean, I don't know whether all of these belts will be full or whether part of this will still be empty at the end of the journey. I don't know if I mentioned it, I also set filters for these asteroid collectors. Basically checking what my demands are and what is currently on the asteroid belt. And everything that is lower than my demands will be output signals, and these will set the filters in these asteroid collectors. There I have the one. Which is necessary, I guess, to allow for these input signals to exist somehow. I guess the problem would be if none of them actually were on the belt ever, then I wouldn't get any signal of them. Somehow. Or I wouldn't be able to set the filter for that specific item. It also seems a bit like, yeah, now I'm full of asteroids, so I'm missing a lot of these Promethium chunks. It would be good if I took them off in multiple locations. I wonder, yeah, I could do something like this. This is Umbreon. The problem is if I change something here, I might also want to change that on the other ship. And this can feed in there without a problem. Yeah, basically I can move all of them like that. If there's only 2 turrets, that fits. This will allow a few more asteroids to be collected. I guess the asteroids are what causes the loudness at the moment. Thought the music was too loud, but it's the asteroids. And it's a problem if I want to work up there somewhere, that the asteroids are immediately getting louder. So this is slightly problematic. I can get this. So now a few more asteroids are actually taken. But eventually I might have to redesign the front of this ship to be a bit more compact and allow for a few more turrets. Not sure what's the actual bottleneck for the defense. Some of these asteroids are also going towards the right and being inserted basically at the beginning, which is good because if a belt like this is completely full, then it would render this whole insertion process useless. So it's good to also send it somewhere where it can be used. And now I need to find a way through here. I might just use the blue belt. And then I need to find a way where I could go. I might just replace this inserter, or yeah, place it in a different spot. I like belt weaving. Sometimes it actually helps. And And I guess it will take quite a while for this ship to come back. The last one on the edge is always ignoring unlisted targets, only dealing with the huge asteroids, because I don't want any of them to come through, or they shouldn't come very far. It's nice to see these little Promethium batteries filling up. And eventually the ship will come back, and then I will have to process all of those asteroids. Okay, I guess I will also try to move some things here. I see a few ways to maybe make this a bit better. I think there's no way I could get something off there. Maybe if I moved the underground belt a little bit to the left. Okay, yeah. Need to move this to the right. Start the underground belt earlier. Pick stuff up. Make this go down earlier. And then have an underground belt go down. And some asteroids can just go slip through this underground belt side. Wonder if there's any more damage. It says damage taken 0 there, even though I have taken some damage during the trip, but maybe not enough to register, or if it's repaired again it doesn't really count anymore. So this ship is still going back. I want to see the total number of Promethium asteroids. It's 154,000. Also says it here. Or if I hover over this power pole, I can see it on the right. It's the first item. The item that I have the most of. This still has to fly about 300,000 kilometers, so the belts might fill up. And the other one has 121,000 at the moment. And it's flying 353 kilometers already. Might also turn around at some point. I'm not sure what I should set the time to, if anything. Maybe I should not care about the time, or set a fixed time for it to return. Okay, I see potential. Now these turrets can go to the right a bit. And now I can basically get some asteroids off the asteroid belt. I guess this can be moved. I will try something. Good that it remembers the cables and how they are connected. I hope you can still hear me among this noise. Might actually try to find some sound settings. I don't know what the asteroids count as. Maybe game effects? Let's just turn it down to 10. Might also be environments. But this, that says machines and vehicles. Ambient. Entities and terrain. I guess I might turn game effects back and then turn ambient down. Let's look at Mewtwo again. I would say it's a bit less loud, but I'm not sure. So there's no asteroid inserter there yet. I think it definitely helps if I get them off the belt quickly to make room for more. Not only can the inserters not insert anything because the belt is full, also the combinator prevents things from being collected at all. Which is a thing that I added, but still it is good to not overfill the belt. So I'm doing this now. Not sure where this will lead. This is wrong, I think. Needs to be the other way around. Okay, this belt needs to stay. Or something like that. And now I can do this. Oops. I'm inserting into space. That's not the best idea. That's the problem if I don't build the platform or the belt first. Not sure if the settings actually helped. I want to just try out reducing the game effects even more. Environment. Not sure as what rockets count, if it's a rocket explosion. It's definitely not the walking. I guess it's quieter now. Maybe the music is a bit more loud now compared to everything else. Want to look at the numbers again. 140,000 Promethium chunks on this platform and 175 on this one. Do I have the same connections? I think I do. There's probably also this connection with the green cable on the other platform. I have copied it after I placed this connection. Okay, I guess I have looked at the ships enough. I might just try actually building a belt to some place where these things can be burned. Or maybe there's also something useful I could do with the spoilage right here. So if I wanted to build agricultural towers, it's also interesting to know that there are only 8 recipes or 8 items that can spoil into spoilage. Obviously biter eggs spoil into biters, and pentapod eggs spoil into pentapods. And only these bacteria recipes can have a byproduct of spoilage. And now I see that I need spoilage for the overgrowth soil. So I guess it's worth keeping some spoilage up here. Not sure how exactly I want to do this. I might just build a separate extra set of chests. I think they also fixed the bug that certain power radii or the area of the power pole wasn't visible when you zoomed in too far. I think that was an issue earlier in the game. So this should just be output priority left, and everything that doesn't go this way can go down. First to the right and then down. Not exactly sure where I want to do this. I might come to these farms that I have built, and yeah, there's one of them. Need to avoid those. Basically, the goal is to get to the heating towers. This here. And this is sort of working, but some of these are not working fast enough, I would say. I'm even thinking about having both sides be exits and not just the right. And here it's sort of space limited again, where I have built this the sulfur factory. And here I'm basically limiting how often I want to request bioflux. I only want to request bioflux if I need more sulfur. This is producing carbon from spoilage, and nutrients need to also go in there. I have a bunch of spoilage that I might just manually throw in here. I'm almost done. Yes. So I have increased my Steam storage just in case I ever need more Steam power. There was a power issue a few dozen hours ago. And there's still this spoilage from above that I need to feed in somewhere. Maybe right there. This seems to fit. I just need to turn all the belts. Okay, I think I might just make this a splitter. And this can also go that way. Will still be input priority left, so I can get everything that's coming from the soil production. I hope no more seeds are actually being burned now. This is sort of not very good to have all the jelly nuts just be there on the belt. Everything needs to flow always. So I'm thinking about just turning even more things into jelly, and then doing at least something with it. rather than making it spoil. I think I have enough, well, I would have said I have enough of that, and that's why this doesn't produce anymore. But instead I should just remove these limits. Waiting for some resources, or what did it say? I guess bioflux is already enough in there. Now I just need to tell this not to have any doubts about what it needs to do. Now this needs nutrients as well. So I will just add nutrients and I will just produce rocket fuel no matter whether I need it or not. And I will use faster inserters. I just wonder why that's all full of spoilage. Maybe that is arriving at some point where it shouldn't. Everything is full of stuff again. That's not good. I hate that producing too much is a problem. And I need to solve it at some point. Otherwise this whole factory might spoil if there's a huge backlog of stuff. So how about I have a little filter for spoilage here. And then this needs to go somewhere. I think this is the spoilage belt from before. Or is it? Might also be something different. I guess this is Pentapod X. Spoilage might be this belt. Let me just mark that for a moment. And then I will try to go there with this belt. Okay, I guess I could feed it in here. And now remove this again. At least this belt is now spoilage free, mostly. But still, this whole thing is backed up. I guess it might be because I have too many of those fruits. And there everything is combining, and that shouldn't happen. I'm almost ready to nuke the whole factory again. Want to figure out what else I could do with bioflux. I could basically have an endless supply of iron and copper with bioflux. Maybe I should just at some point make a separate little factory that produces certain machines or does certain things with iron and copper. Especially for quality grinding, I need a lot of resources. And of course more nutrients, but sometimes I don't need more nutrients. And this is why right here I have turned off some of these bioflux factories, and they should only produce bioflux in certain occasions. So basically they also control whether they produce bioflux, but I guess the control is not perfect. 300? What should 300 be? I guess I can set it here. I can set it to 240. And now less often it should produce bioflux. I don't know if that will eventually reduce the bioflux pollution on my belts. The problem with bioflux is that it spoils in 2 hours and not in 15 minutes like the nutrients, or is it 5 minutes? I have to check. Yeah, nutrients spoil in 5 minutes. Yumako mesh in 3 minutes. Jelly 4 minutes. These science packs 1 hour. I might try to turn more bioflux into nutrients. Can I produce fish here? Fish breeding can only be done on novice. And fish is only useful either for nutrients or for spidertrons, but I guess fish breeding costs more nutrients than the fish would produce individually. So it's not really useful to produce nutrients from fish. Also in an ethical sense. I think I can make this faster. And it has low priority, I mean productivity. So ideally I would just mash every Yumako and jelly all the jelly nuts, even if I don't need them, but I already saw a way to maybe get rid of some more of the jelly. Especially just getting it through here. I already forgot where I built the belt. There. So I guess some of these jellies that are not yet on this belt will go this way. Then most of them will be possibly used up there. And then the rest of the jelly will go towards the inserter production, the stack inserter production. Okay, now I can actually, and now I should actually connect the jelly output there. And I guess what I forgot to do was start producing high quality jelly. I don't really know why I would do that. I guess to start or to get some higher quality ingredients for stack inserters. That's the only thing that high quality jelly would be used for or useful for. And I don't know if there's anything I can do for Yumako mesh. That's only really used in plastic and carbon fiber. Still have some jelly. Might just throw that somewhere. And I might make these inserters faster. They are also demanding more jelly. So I guess adding more jelly to this factory isn't actually a bad idea. Might even want more than more than what I have given them. So there's a circuit condition that prevents the inserters from working sometimes. If there's too much jelly in there. Okay, can I increase this limit maybe? Because I don't want these machines to be stopping. Or do I? Maybe at a higher limit. Maybe something like 60. I guess 64 would be a good number since that is the bulk or the stack size. It's quite amazing how fast these machines are and how much they produce. I guess that is also one reason why they would introduce the stack inserter here. But stack inserters can be kind of dangerous if the material spoils in the inserter hand. And then there might be spoilage in the hand and I need to wait for more spoilage, because the stack inserter only works when it's full, only swings its arm when it's full, or completely empty, or the other direction. So how about I just steal some of these jelly nuts. I don't think it will have a measurable effect. I might just have them in my inventory and let them spoil. Not sure if that has a long-lasting effect. Or whether I might do something else there. Maybe I need to get new ideas how to store fruit and make it come out of the chest at the right time before it is spoilage. I already have some, or had some good ideas how to deal with stack inserters and problems there. Not sure if that, yeah, I guess I don't have a good way to deal with that. So I wanted to somehow make these stack inserters only filter or take the item into the hand that is currently the most available in this chest. I guess I need to override with what is currently in the hand. I know, now I'm currently doing another thing, totally getting distracted again, but I think solving this might help in the long term. So maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should have another. Not even sure what this is doing. Is this just a copy? It says not connected, so maybe I wanted to do something there at some point. And maybe I need to do this individually for each. For each of the inserters, I don't know. I want that the item in the hand has priority over other items. Let's just use another decider combinator. And a green cable. This will basically read hand contents, hold. Okay, now it works for some reason. I don't know what I did. Maybe it will not work forever, actually, I don't know. Not sure if this is reading anything. Not sure if this basically sets filters to what is currently in the hand. And if it would always only do that, I guess I could ignore this for now and just hope that it does something useful. This is sort of stuck again because there are too many copper cables, or yeah, I guess this is not going on fast enough. Might just do input priority left there as well, just like here. The stuff from the recyclers has priority, and then more of these machines can actually work. I'm sort of afraid of going all in on the belt-based quality grinding, because this will be one of the problems I might be facing then. Or I need to basically sort everything everywhere, but I want to use stack inserters and stacked items, which might make some things more complicated. Just like with here, with my flamethrower turret quality grinding setup. Many of these items are not stacked, or a little bit stacked, because they maybe came out of recyclers, I don't know. Maybe not these ones down here. Okay, these are from stack inserters because I filter them. Basically this is only normal quality, both of these. And this is only uncommon quality, and this is higher than uncommon. I guess if that is so, then I could theoretically also make this a stack. How about that? It's good that it can just hot replace them without having to remove something. This will basically save some space on the belt, especially for the uncommon stuff, some of which also came out of these recyclers. It only sometimes stacks. I guess it's not waiting for long. And if it doesn't quickly enough find something that fits into a stack, it will just put things out unstacked. And the jelly nuts are full again. And maybe the same is almost true for these fruits, the Yumako, and this is still full of trash. Maybe I just need to get everything away that is more than a certain amount and just process that somewhere. But I would need some extra factory area somewhere. Building something new in this mess of a factory is kind of a tedious thought. Yeah, some of these things are almost already half spoiled. Sadly, it's difficult to see how spoiled things are on a belt. If they are so close together, the white lines sort of combine. There you can see how spoiled the jelly nut is. This will also turn into spoilage shortly. One idea also was to produce some red circuits again. I guess I have them already. Might make these beacons better, use better modules, and then place a few more of those factories somewhere. I guess these factories can also be legendary. And for some reason, maybe I don't have those. I need more legendary electromagnetic plants here. Plenty are on the way. Okay, I think I'm building a new area where these fruits are basically stored and taken out of the storage, or yeah, basically taken to two different locations based on how much they are spoiled or whether they are spoilage. Just need to find a good way to build this. So this is where the fruit would come in. I might use those inserters because I don't know whether these things are spoiled or not, or might also use stack inserters because I always think they would not be spoiled once they come in through there. And I might need a lot of circuit magic. These will be spoiled priority, spoiled first. And this would only grab jelly nuts. I think that's what they're called, yes. Okay, some biters have escaped there again, but that's not too much of a problem. I want to know how many productivity modules I have. 5,800. I don't think that's enough yet, for some weird reason. Because at some point I had to turn this on again because I didn't have enough. So I'm assuming I need more of them. There are not many Promethium science packs left. Maybe only a few in some of these labs, or maybe in all of them for a while. Definitely not enough to finish this research. And then I have to go to some other research instead. I might just leave this running for a while and look at Umbreon. Umbreon is almost full of Promethium chunks. I guess there are not more on any belts that might get into the main storage area. There's one more Promethium chunk. No, I guess that's just the signal that I'm sending in. Basically, that signal that basically introduces this into the system, making it appear that something is already there. So it can be selected as a signal or as a filter. And now there are 260,000 Promethium chunks. I hope I get at least 14,000 quantum processors. How's Mewtwo doing? It's also quite full. Want to see the exact number. 255,000. It's also quite good, and it's 43 or 42,000 kilometers away from the solar system edge, where I will then not get any more Promethium chunks. I guess it would be possible to fly even further. Maybe next time I will give them a higher limit. I just want to know how many science packs I get from that. I guess I could calculate that. Basically from 250,000 is what I will round right now, so that would be theoretically 10 or let's say 100,000 science packs. But since I have 200% productivity, I will get 300,000 of them. And in the labs that will mean a few million because of the research productivity. I guess once I have 500% research productivity, I will stop researching that for a little while just to keep having a very round number. Although maybe that's a silly limit. Anyway, I was here building something. Not sure why exactly I got distracted. Maybe some research was done, or maybe some research was not going at all. So, and this should only work if there are enough in the chest. Enable if bigger than 100. I guess I might need decider combinators because I want to also check if there are already too many jelly nuts on the belt. So this might actually go there. Basically this is where I will introduce the new belt for now. And I will also have a few inserters for spoilage. The jelly nuts in my hand are currently spoiling. I think this shouldn't be spoilage. This should be jelly. Interesting. I might have to build a bigger area for getting rid of spoilage. Maybe that's the issue. One issue. And I have to work on multiple things at once always. So this isn't moving. I have to figure out why this belt isn't moving at all. Maybe it's too full of stuff that doesn't spoil quickly enough and therefore doesn't really burn easily. Some things are going towards the old boiler and steam engine setup. Okay, and this doesn't work. Some things need to go through. At least I shouldn't block spoilage from getting through. And maybe I can build this even more fancy and working. I might just totally build a new steam engine or steam turbine and heating tower setup. Just not really sure where I would build that. I mean, there's a big lake. I might just fill that in completely. And then build my new heating area over there with a few belts coming through here. Might even have a train, now that I think about it. A train that carries a lot of spoilage away. Or a train route with multiple trains, obviously. Yeah, how about that? It's a big project, but it needs to be done. Seems like the stuff is going a bit faster now, but still not fast enough. And I will have to think about this a bit more in the future. This will be relevant at some point. How about I just start by getting landfill and building the train, the rail. Firstly, I will get the landfill from here. And some more from down there. Now I'm full. Maybe I should first just build or fill the lake. I might always remove the landfill later if I decide that it's not a good idea. At some point this lake was a defensive position. Basically part of a border with the friendly pentapod neighbors. I guess I might be doing better if I just build things myself most of the time. Then I don't have to wait for robots to charge. Maybe I need more personal roboports, and maybe at some point I should actually build personal or portable fusion reactors. I didn't yet do that. And especially not on legendary quality. So I guess a quality grinding setup for that on Aquilo will be done soon. Still need more landfill. And I want to check what kind of miners those are. I guess I can increase the quality, which will also make the stone more durable. And I might add more better speed modules. I guess it doesn't really matter for the mining drills. And I guess these robots want to give me more better mining drills, but it's sort of a waste of time to wait for them here. Might just leave some of these corpses. I guess it might be slightly problematic to cover this area that I might use for farming with landfill. Then I might not be able to recognize that anymore. So I should always keep some of the soil available. I guess I don't have enough of those other oh, what? Those inserters were the wrong way around, or they were the wrong inserters? I guess for the nutrients I can have the bulk inserters, but the rest can be stack inserters. So this needs to be replaced. I guess I just had the wrong inserter direction here. Otherwise this works rather quickly, producing a lot of this artificial Yumako soil. Okay, where did I build things? I think when I just pick this up I can see where all that is green or yellow might be replaced with that new soil. Okay, there's more of that stuff. Now I'm out of that soil. I wonder if what I picked up is landfill, or yeah, if I click here I get the artificial Yumako soil. Might just pick this up and deliver the pentapod egg to the base before it kills me. And also I have a bunch of other things in my inventory. Might also just burn this egg. Should be gone. Wood is also burned rather quickly. Don't think there's anything else I want to do with it here. Don't really want to build shotguns, and also no legendary wooden power poles or chests. Okay, I'm basically also replacing some landfill that I have placed there earlier, because it was a part of a defensive line. Okay, now I'm out of that stuff again. I have a lot of copper ore. My base is rather small, I don't really recognize anything if I zoom out too much. And I guess now I have done the research productivity. I might just remove this. Guess it doesn't do anything anymore. So there was stone coming up. I might just do asteroid productivity. Even if at some point I will run out of agricultural science packs again. It's nice that I can, for a few seconds, maybe keep a high science per minute, even with agricultural science. But I guess it will be going down now. As you can see, it's going down again. So I will switch back to something that I can actually do. I guess this long-handed inserter is way too slow. But at least it does a few things. I could also make it filter. If I don't want to get rid of the uncommon spoilage. And this could be a spoilage without a quality descriptor, rather than only the normal and uncommon. It's better to be more abstract sometimes. So what will I need for... I know I'm getting distracted again. What will I need for overgrowth Yumako soil? I need water. I guess I can find water under the landfill. I need the artificial soil. I need biter eggs and spoilage and seeds. I guess I should only request the biter eggs if I have enough of all the other things. Although all the other things are sort of not spoilable, so it doesn't really matter when I do this and where I do this. It should only be protected against biters. It's fun how full these chests are already. Might just put in some more. Okay, I guess now it's time to think about where I might put trains. Trains that collect spoilage. Most of this land might be converted to agricultural land, but I might also do that elsewhere, anywhere where many of these green textures are. All of this might be a Yumako farm. Or up here. And everything that's pink and purple might be a jelly nut farm. It's sort of confusing because the jelly is green and the Yumako fruit is red. So that makes things a little bit confusing, but maybe they just like different colors to grow on. And yeah, this plant looks pinkish, but the jelly is more green. Very intense green, I guess. I shall hydrate. This is still quite slow, but I guess it will be fine eventually. And I think I might just build a train down here, just below these belts. Might even use elevated rails. I don't know what kind of... whether they might be helpful or not. Not sure if I want to maybe send ramps and rail supports here instead of building them right here. How about I check my production? I should have them being produced somewhere. Definitely, because I'm basically stamping down a lot of those blueprints. Are there just 50 at once? I have 132 rail supports and 43 rail ramps. I guess I built this and set the limits while I was not really building much. So I will increase this to 500 and that to 200. Not even sure how much I want to use trains on Glabber, but at least I should start doing that. Start getting some trains built. And Ditto 5, I guess I might... If you know any other mushroom Pokemon, you can suggest something. Because Ditto 5 is mostly going to the mushroom planet. So I will pick up some rail supports, 40, and rail ramps, 20, maybe also more than that. I might double this and I might get 100 supports. I guess now those things will be delivered. Eventually. I wonder why rail supports are not yet being delivered. Maybe... Oh, rocket capacity 1 for the rail ramps. Okay, I guess that will take a while. Which is fine. I might always think about actually building them on Glebber, but setting up a proper production line on Glebber before I deal with certain other problems seems a bit tedious. And also at the moment I don't really need rail ramps, it's just for the future. Or potentially building something with them. Okay. Okay, I guess I was a bit too far up. I don't like this always. Some of the controls are a bit bad sometimes. Especially the new rail building is a bit more finicky. Okay, this substation needs to be elsewhere. Or maybe I need to make the rail a bit longer again. And then this substation might need to be elsewhere. And again, I should place some landfill in certain locations, although I don't know if I might hit some places that are actually for a plantable area. Might also figure that out later. And I think on Glebber I would only use 1-1 trains. But I still need to produce wagons. Just wanted to remove some non-full quality things. Don't really like if there are less than optimal quality modules. Might just remove quality here entirely. Although maybe I don't really want to use rocket turrets anywhere on Leber. So now I want to throw away some stuff. I have 6 deconstruction planners in my inventory. I hate this. I guess that happened when I wanted to configure one of them. I don't know if there's a hotkey for removing them. Anyway, now I should be building the train wagons. And I should be getting rid of these assembling machines. Totally forgot that I wanted to make blue circuits. Probably closer to the green circuits, but also maybe I should build that elsewhere entirely, because this is area where I might plant jelly nuts. It's interesting, depending on where I look or when I move the map, some of these details will appear and disappear. It's a bit weird. Some of these turret ranges, I mean. Anyway, this might be a cargo wagon. I think I'm producing locomotives somewhere. Or maybe I've just sent them here with a rocket train. Not sure what they would be called. Should also be producing everything I need for engines, so maybe I'll just produce engines as well for now. Just with 2 assemblers and with logistic chests. And I might try to limit this to maybe 500 engines. And those can then be used in train locomotives if I ever want to actually craft them here. For some reason I still have 10 on me. And there are still 6 in the system. But I guess I should just start producing them here as well. Sadly, quality doesn't do anything. It would be nice if they had a bit more acceleration or something, or top speed. So let's limit this to maybe 200. And same with the locomotive. I guess that will be 4 rows in the chest eventually. Might also want to have some signals. For now I will just limit these chests. Don't really want to set everything up too complicatedly. Don't produce enough iron plates fast enough, or I guess I'm not putting them in the chest fast enough. Each legendary speed module gives 125% more speed. And I'm running out of molten iron. I guess this could be faster and more productive. And then there could also be a beacon. And this now means that I'm finally using those bacteria again. And only one of them is rather slow, so I will make these machines a bit faster. Might even at some point add beacons here. I don't know if there's space right now. Maybe I can do this somehow. I guess when I built this I didn't really have beacons in mind. Also, this can be more productive. And it seems like now I'm sort of running out of bioflux again here. a few minutes ago I had too much bioflux. I guess I still have too much, but it's basically stuck down here and it's almost spoiling. And of course I don't really need that much iron ore, or do I? Or maybe I do, because the stuff that I had put in there earlier was used up fairly quickly. I thought it would live a bit longer. There's still a lot more copper ore in these chests, and there's a lot of iron ore in some of those chests. But the robots will take care of this. Guess I might take the big amounts. So this might spoil in a moment. I don't know if this will be successfully inserted onto the belt again. Maybe there's no more need for molten iron, or almost. This chest is full of iron ore and bacteria. They will spoil in a moment. This could also be a better inserter. Need to look at the power situation. I have added some more speed and productivity, but I guess everything is still very much in check. Also, most of the power is drawn by all my Tesla turrets and some laser turrets. Otherwise, everything else is sort of low in terms of power consumption. All of the biochambers are fueled by nutrients rather than electric energy. And yeah, I guess most of the production on this planet happens with biochambers. There are these assembling machines that make stack inserters, but they are not on very often. Not sure what the problem is right now. I guess I have too many stack inserters. I think I want more than just 4,000. So I guess I'll basically turn everything on again with that limit. I hope that none of the bad stack inserters are taken to space anymore. Might have to check each space platform whether it requests any. Maybe I should at some point use these groups properly. So this is useless, basically. Let's do some maintenance, I guess. Space platform request maintenance. Also, did I request those rail things? I don't think so. But I want to, so let's just request 40 and 100 rail supports for whenever. So I guess both Umbreon and Mewtwo are in Novice orbit, and they want to get Biter Eggs, which might be difficult, wanting that at the same time. And I guess then they will fly away at the same time, which also is a bit tedious, because I always produce Biter Eggs, but only sometimes it is useful. Sometimes the Biter Eggs will just hatch into biters then. But I also want Biter Eggs for other purposes, like the overgrowth soil on Glebber. I'm actually still here. And now I want to build those rails. So this would be a good situation for elevated rails, although I think I can't use elevated rails over roboports. I sort of want to get these things out of the way. Not sure where all of this is going. I guess one is going to coal production and the other to carbon fiber. Not sure what other recipes there are. There are many space recipes. There is tungsten carbide, which is only useful on Volcanus, I guess. Not sure if you would want to ever export tungsten ore and make tungsten carbide elsewhere. This is also only a temporary rail line. Normally I would build them further apart. Might just do this. And then I want to see, I guess I still have to go that far, or almost that far. And then I will build some kind of big power plant, just like here, just a bit more organized. And only dependent on what comes in from the train. And not 10 random belts. Okay, the research wants some agricultural science. And I'm not sure if I might have run out of blue science, the cryogenic science. And now I have some black science available. But I guess I said that I didn't want to do the Promethium science stuff, the research productivity. At least for a bit. So we can see if we hover over one of these labs, productivity plus 600%. Research speed 444.5. Quite a lot of pollution. Okay, I guess the plastic bar productivity research was very short-lived. So I will just go back to, maybe I will do mining productivity for a while. And then some physical projectile damage. Want to see what kind of science per minute I can reach, but I have to wait a few minutes to wait out basically the low science per minute that I just had. So my train system is right-handed, right-hand drive. I might have a problem if I want to first ensure that everything spoils properly. There might of course be things that I put into the cargo or that are in this area, like Yumako mesh or nutrients that are not yet spoiled. That will spoil within 5 minutes. So I guess I need to deal with that. I also thought about maybe using interrupts to check if a train is full of spoilage. And while that's not the case, it has to wait in some kind of depot. I guess it just doesn't allow me to build there because there is no landfill yet. So I can build signals there. I guess those are the first signals on this planet. Might have to remember that some of this land might be Yumako soil in the future. But we will see whether this train will be very long-lived or not. Or whether I might move things elsewhere eventually. Not yet sure how I want to do this. Maybe just multiple stations next to each other. They might all be for trains that have spoilage. And then basically merging back together. Just like that. Maybe I want to actually have trains that put out things in opposite directions, so I guess that also works. I'll have to see what kind of unloading station I have. Okay, I need to have them further apart, which is fine. Sort of. I hope they are now not too far apart. I guess I will notice. Okay, yes, now they are too far apart. So I will just move that again. The alert wants me to research with green science. Might eventually have more than 2 stations here. Now I need to remember that all of my trains will be 1-1 trains. I think it's important to have faster trains on Glebber, to have not so long loading times, not to wait for train wagon balancing or something. I guess for spoilage it's not very important, but I guess I want to practice on spoilage. But also it is important to get rid of spoilage quickly, not to waste too much time. I think I will not feed my trains with spoilage. I might try that out. So where do I have some spoilage lying around? I guess right here. I think this dragging and, I mean, holding shift and dragging is new. That's quite good. New since Factorio 2.0, but I'm not really sure when that was really initiated. So let's try fueling this train with spoilage. Vehicle acceleration 50%, vehicle top speed 50%. It doesn't say anything about carbon, or carbon doesn't say anything about that. Let's just do a round. And let's, oops, I guess I can't see on the train, in the train interface. I guess if I set this as a target. It will go there, and then I can see how fast it burns through the spoilage. So it's quite quickly. And the train is not very quickly. So, yeah. I will not feed them spoilage. Otherwise I might as well just go there myself and deliver the spoilage. So this will be get spoilage. The train will have get spoilage as a station. Full cargo. Almost thinking about having a little depot somewhere where it can basically wait for not being other stuff. But also I don't really want to have too many big storage areas for things, even not for trains. What is this stuff and why doesn't it do anything? Okay, I need to basically I guess I need to click and not shift click. It's a bit weird. And why I sometimes get this message, I also don't really know. Why would I need olive overgrowth soil to fill olive blubber? Now I'm out of landfill again. I think I always want some landfill on me. And it will be delivered. I might just put some of my modules in here. Or also some other trash. The carbon might go to the carbon fiber factory. I might have some chests with rocket fuel. Take out the spoilage. Request more rocket fuel. And place a few more signals to have more trains here. And then have a few more trains here. Or at least one more. I guess I don't have any of these medium electric poles. So I need to just ask for them, I guess. Oregon should be able to deliver them. Once Porygon is here. For now it's fine to have this substation. Need to request some legendary heating towers. Maybe 40. So, the legendary heat exchanger can consume 25 megawatts and the legendary heating tower can produce 40 megawatts. I guess at 8 heat exchangers could pair with 5 heating towers. They basically fit perfectly together, but also they don't always work. The insertion rate must be very high, so I might as well just keep this ratio and always have this line in the middle or the heat pipe in the middle. Want to get more heat pipes? If I figure out where they are. I guess only in the storage area. Maybe I never properly produced many of them here. And okay, I have now some rail ramps and supports. Oops, wrong direction. I guess I just wanted to get a few more heating towers maybe, or steam turbines definitely. Okay. I should have enough pipes. I don't know if I have any offshore pump. There are 10 legendary ones available in the hub or landing pad. I guess I still had some. This should have some energy somewhere. I guess from below. I guess get and deliver might be good opposite words. I guess have and want would be opposites as well. Nope. I wish I could only replace the stuff that is not yet soil. The stuff that can never get soil. Then I have to be so exact and click everything with tiny landfill. So these, and then heat pipes. Heat exchangers. And then a bunch of chests. And belts. And inserters. Might even have 2 rows of belts. Could already copy that. And then some pipes. Might of course add a 6th one. And then it's an even number. This is quite annoying without the power. So now I would already want some of that good spoilage here to deal with that, to try it out. And I guess I will build some big tank areas. And then some steam engine areas. Possibly further away. Basically behind, where I might have the burning of the spoilage. Something isn't right. Okay, I see. The first one was not in line, so there might be a problem if I wanted to use this kind of system. Just want to look how much I'm currently burning here. So there seem to be a few things that cannot really be dealt with at the moment. And obviously there is a lot of stuff. A lot of nutrients. I guess the train might also be fed from the other side. I guess that is one idea that I have. Now I have those medium power poles, but I don't really need them most of the time, maybe in some very narrow designs. Okay. Now, how do I build this or take stuff away from here? I think it's not that easy without disturbing the other part. I guess I will have to take some stuff away there if I really want that train system to do things. Maybe every other or a few others will actually send things backwards. Maybe at the moment it isn't really a problem, since I have too much stuff coming in from other sources anyway. I guess having 3 lines coming out is good enough for now. I might have to rebuild this whole thing, this nutrient spoiling thing. Might also just try to send nutrients somewhere, or bioflux. Bioflux, that's too much. Okay, let's just go with this train back a bit. And in there. This will also be get spoilage. Empty cargo. Let's see how fast this fills up. Now the train goes. And then I might just let the train do its thing. And I still need to connect this. And this is burned very quickly or taken away very quickly. Let's see. Even with 2 belts, I might have to run 4 belts through here. Or have some stuff come in from the back. I guess at the moment this is getting rid of the stuff rather quickly, so that's quite good. No input fluid. Okay, I guess I should add some water actually. That might be a good idea. Possibly from this side. I guess the problem might also be that it is quite cold still. I don't know at what point it might get over 500 degrees. And it needs that temperature to generate steam. Just also give this train the same thing, but it will not be able to come back to this station since I just interrupted this. And I hope that maybe both trains can now have more throughput together. So this is where I might want to add nutrients to a train. Nutrients that have been running through somewhere that could be placed somewhere to spoil, and if they are spoiled, the train can go. That's why I added this little lane here. This might be where trains should wait. Add nutrients. Whatever that is. Not sure whether I will finish this idea today. Also, this might all be non-stack inserters, because I don't know if the nutrients will spoil while in hand. So how about I balance this and then part of this goes to the new station. And then I can take some of this, balance this, also send it to the new station. Might also take something from here. Everything that is not going the other way. And this is all just temporary. At some point I will have to completely get rid of all of this mess and do that elsewhere. Maybe, as I mentioned, just get the bioflux somewhere and turn it into nutrients elsewhere. But I have to balance whether I want to do that. Sometimes I don't need any more spoilage or things to burn. Sometimes I just want to get rid of that. So I need a fuel chest somewhere around here. So this is spoil weight or spill weight. And I'm not sure whether I will be able to set this up right now. Basically, get bad nutrients, that's what currently happens. Not sure whether full cargo counts if one slot is half full of spoilage, but nutrients are full. Maybe I will wait for inactivity. 1 second or 2. Interrupt. Not sure what to call this. Not all spoilage. So now I have to set a condition. Basically, I want to figure out, yes, item count. Can I see, maybe, yeah, I guess it's, since it's only nutrients, I can check for nutrients. If nutrients is greater than 0, targets, spoil weight. Add interrupt. Just spoilage. Has cargo. No. I mean, not only that. Can I specify what kind of cargo? Item count, nutrients, less or equal 0. Targets, or I guess I could also say item count spoilage. More than 0. Target would be deliver spoilage. Save interrupt. So I guess this train will try to go here. Let's see if it arrives. Also, there's no way for certain trains to get through, so I need to add a new line. Is there anything better that I can do? Maybe like this for now. And now I need some signals. Also get bad nutrients, which is mostly spoilage at the moment, or I guess not. There are also some nutrients in there. What is my inventory? Where are you going now? Okay, maybe... Maybe it's not perfect yet. Maybe I need to set some other things there. Add wait condition. Maybe an activity. Maybe to 1 second. I need to save the interrupt for it to actually take effect. So if you have just spoilage, you will go to deliver spoilage until you have empty cargo. I need to also put that there. Not all spoilage. Okay, now you have deliver spoilage as an entry. So that is quite good that that works. Not yet sure about the other thing. I guess I might also just wait for item count here. Item count smaller equals. So yeah. Now it has to wait for spoilage to, or for nutrients to spoil. I don't know since when or when exactly this inactivity triggers. But I guess that's the correct interrupt, sort of. Shouldn't the other train... Okay, yes, the other train will... Oops, yes, they are blocking each other's way. I need to put some signals in. Especially in this place. And this train slot needs to be multiple slots, basically. So now I could have 5 trains waiting here. Might just do this. Copy trains. Put them here. I wonder how full this train is. Did it have inactivity? I want to assign them a group, nutrient spoilage trains. And then basically give them all the same group. Maybe inactivity 2 is 1 second is no 2 seconds there is not long enough. This also needs the same group. And now it goes, since it's only spoilage. And they should also spoil rather quickly, since they had to wait there. And now these steam turbines are working. And it seems like the steam turbines are now higher than the fusion generator. I guess this is fine. Might also have multiple stations here in parallel. Wonder whether that works with the signal. And then theoretically 2 trains at once could stand there and get the same spoiled interrupt trigger. So this is basically waiting, and the nutrients are all spoiling in the inventory. That's all very good to see, and then the train will go. There the nutrients are a bit fresher. And there they will also spoil in a few seconds. I guess up to 22 seconds. Okay, now I need to add some fuel manually. Oops. I guess the trains were not fully spaced out, so they could basically ignore some signals. And now a problem is that only 3 trains fit here. So I might have to add some waiting station. Or otherwise add another train station somewhere. Where would they wait? I guess they would wait here and get problems. So I might want to add some kind of depot. Yeah. This train there has a sleep symbol because it can't go anywhere. Doesn't have any free stations. Quite fun to make these Glabber improvements, even though Glabber is a bit annoying in general. But you learn quite a few things about how to maybe build a factory. So, depot. I guess depot is always black for some reason. I guess I have some other trains with that name, or stations with that name on other planets. So, oh, no group assigned. They probably didn't have the group when I pasted them down. So I will add another interrupt. Go to depot. I think this interrupt from another planet should work. Let's see what it does. Destination full or no path. Go to depot, wait for 1 second of inactivity, and then check if the same interrupt still applies. So these stations can have 3 trains in total. I might of course at some point increase the train station, make it bigger so that more trains fit. But for now this is fine. I'm sort of thinking I might get those fruits via train. Also send the seeds via train. And then I could basically do the processing anywhere and I wouldn't have to build miles long belts everywhere like here. This is carrying seeds and fruits. And this is being done everywhere where there are fruits. Or where there are these agricultural towers. Of course there have to be some belts still. I might also work with bots at the farms. And the bots basically then send seeds and fruits to the agricultural towers or from. Also, this research isn't very constant. But I guess I have chosen it. Should I choose something else? It's now increasing in science per minute. But many labs are not doing anything. And there are not many... Well, there are new agricultural science packs coming in, but generally there are not many of them here right now. Most of them will be gone within the minute. And I guess I might also just research something else in the meantime. It's so good that this actually works all the time. Never had many problems with these eggs recently, with the egg production. There were points when I didn't get enough nutrients, and then some of these eggs in there would spoil into pentapods. And then I would have to go back to the planet or send Spidertron to fetch some eggs. This is still a bit of a mess. But something down here needs the nutrients, the conversion of heavy oil to light oil. And I'm using the light oil in the flamethrowers. As you can see, there's a pipeline going down with light oil all the way to the south border. And then that is fed into flamethrower turrets. Not sure if they had to do anything ever. Guess they are just sitting there just in case. Maybe the laser, no, the electric Tesla turrets have something to do. Maybe they have nothing to do. I don't know if there are any artilleries that needed to fire recently. I want to definitely add some train stations for artillery somewhere in certain locations. Already built these rails around some part of the border, not everywhere, but at least some part. And then I might have artillery trains patrolling the border. And they could also be fed near the landing pad somewhere, because that's where the artillery shells are coming from. Not sure if I might want to produce artillery shells on the planet and just send the whatever it's called to this place. Tungsten plate. I also need calcite and explosives, so that is quite a lot that I would have to send. Maybe, I mean, explosives are not too difficult. With sulfur, coal and water I could do that here, but I'm not sure if I want to. I want to take another look at some of my space trains, basically. Wanted to say space trains, but I guess they are not really trains, they only have a train schedule. Something like that. And yeah, they are still requesting a lot of biter eggs. Mewtwo has quite a lot of these things still here. I wonder why that is the case. If one of these spaceships gets priority, that would be interesting. It would be good if basically I could send them one after the other if they don't arrive all at the same time. But yeah, now my labs want me to research something with agricultural science again. At least for a short while. How many are there? A few thousand still on the belt. This is reducing rather quickly. And I guess Aquilo is still not frozen and alive. Mostly, yes. The temperature is very hot. I sort of like this challenge to build like this. But I also need to get some legendary long-handed inserters to maybe try some different designs. Now that we hear Fulgora music, I want to look whether the Wheel of Scrap is doing fine. There's still a lot of batteries. And I might try to actually recycle them rather than doing this. Oops, I didn't really continue with this. Spidertron probably has gotten some quality modules, but didn't yet build this, obviously. How far is Spidertron away? It's sort of in lightning area, that's why it had these warning signs. Still need to connect this. I'll just write myself a little to-do. And I will do that later. I think that is the stream for today.